Hello, everyone, and we're back again with another Facebook Live from Dirt Dog Sports. This is your friend, your amigo Arnold Santiago. We're happy to bring you another interview, great interview. I mean, because I know that you guys are enjoying each one of them, and the one we did the day before was great. A week ago was great. A month ago, 2 months ago, it's been great. First of all, we always, want to say thank you for all the special guests that are coming through their Dirt Dog Sports Facebook Live. Plus, want to say thanks for all the kids and parents and the girls that are watching everything that we do with these interviews. And I mean, we do it to try to help you, girls and boys, there at the Dirt Dog. So it's our pleasure to be able to be doing this for you. So let's welcome our man Don Connors.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Here we are again. Arnold, thanks for having us. Thanks for pulling this together, you and Alex. It's hard to believe we're going like 10, 12 weeks into this kind of forced shutdown. Good thing is that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Numbers and everything's looking good. So players, parents, coaches just keep taking in all this great advice that we keep getting from all these ball players, and let's be ready to put it into work as we step on the field. Right now, the countdown is 2 weeks. Could be a week, but looking at like 2 weeks. So
hey, Don, really, I mean, have you ever missed baseball so much? Even that we have winter and all that. This is the first time I really, really.
It's crazy between baseball and softball. I've been watching replays of college softball games, and I've been watching the Korean Baseball League. Just trying to see, just to try and pick up on a few names that are out there that might have played in the MLB that are now playing. But yeah, no, it's time. I think everyone, the more parents we talk to, the more players we talk to, everyone's ready just to get back to some normalcy.
And that's, I mean, and that's us that we're past our prime long time ago. I mean, imagine these kids, 10, 12, 15 years old. I mean, they just want to be out there and do what they know how to do. And they've been, like we always tell everybody that is watching, that is not from Dirt Dog. I mean, these kids have been working out pretty much since last end of October to try to get this year going, get ready for this year. So you could imagine how tough it's been, not just for Dirt, of course. It's been for everybody that is trying to go out and play any sports. But I mean, we're getting close. Don, like
Yep,
Don
no, we
said,
are.
we're almost there. We're almost there.
The lights at the end of the tunnel, and it's not a train. It's just a light at the end of the tunnel.
They're gonna be you kids telling us, "Oh man, I'm tired of seeing you out there, dog, every day, guys. Take a break." It's gonna be you guys. All right, Don. We got a special guy today, a special guest. That it's. I mean, wow. Last one we did, we had Sandy Alomar. That it comes from a baseball family. I mean, and when we talk baseball family, we're talking to a major league family, pretty much. And then we got another one today that is going to be, a very special one too.
Yeah, definitely. Once again, the baseball families are hot and heavy down there in Puerto Rico.
And it's another catcher. It's a Puerto Rican, and it's another catcher. So, hey, let's not keep waiting. Our special guest, let's welcome Bengie Molina, to our Dirt Dog Sports Facebook Live. How you doing, Bengie?
How you guys doing? I'm doing okay. I'm trying to stay inside like everybody else, in Arizona with all this crap going on, the virus, and then now the protesters, they put a curfew on our place, 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. So just trying to deal with normal stuff here, trying to stay home, trying to get busy here. Just stay home.
Yep, no, that's what we're trying to do, get some sort of normalcy. And once again, you joining us and getting the kids thinking about baseball and softball. And I think everyone wants to get back to some normalcy, get some of the stuff behind us and get better and come together as a country. That's for damn sure.
Well, Bengie, let's get it started, my man. Just tell all the kids that are watching and the girls and the parents where you were born, how many people are in your family, or everything about yourself growing up there. You say the town. I won't say the town. You say the town.
Well, it's a really long story, but I went to school. My whole school was in Vega Alta, uh, Puerto Rico, obviously, Vega Alta. And then I played ball in Dorado. That's where my dad's from. Espinosa, Quilan, Dorado. So that's where we grew up, with my dad being the coach all those years, and show us the game of baseball. But a lot of people don't understand how many other people are around your success, right? How many people are helping you in your success. For us, was our aunts and uncles and cousins. They were all really good support. So growing up in those little towns, we saw each other all the time. So if my mom say something was wrong, my aunt was in the same page. So or your uncle. So growing up like that in Dorado and Vegalta, it was just paving the way of being there. And my dad used to say, if you live by three choices, and that's God first, and then you live by family second, and then respect, I think it should be okay in life. You should be all right. And he put it in our heads, man. He put it in our heads. So, but that's where my career started. When I remember, my dad playing. Of course, I was so young, but that's where my baseball started, man. Just from that little town there.
Nice. That sounds like a great foundation that you have there too. When you get the whole family involved and everyone's behind you, and definitely keeps pushing you forward. That's for sure.
And I'm gonna remind people that they don't know about it yet. Your dad was one of the greatest players in the amateur league in Puerto Rico, like Alex, my brother, play, and they both, Alex too, in the Hall of Fame in the amateur league done. So I mean, we're talking about somebody that really, really, knew what he was talking about when he was talking to his kids, and still he made sure that he was raising all his kids and all his family with the way Benji is saying, with respect, and make sure you respect everybody. And that's great. I mean, it's nice to know. So I just wanted you guys to understand where that family was coming from. I mean, they love baseball. Baseball was great in the family, but the outside stuff, they wanted to get it ready for the family, because that was going to build you, like Benji said. And don't we always talk about that to the kids and the parents? I mean, the way we do the inside out of the house to for the kids before start playing ball. I mean, it means a lot. It means a lot.
Yeah. No, it's
Yeah, they
character.
in my family, they it was never baseball first. A lot of people ask me that questions wherever I do my chats, with people, and baseball for us wasn't first. When we got onto the field, of course we wanted to get practice. Of course we want to play games. Of course we wanted to win. We want to get better and all that. We want to and do all these things, but not one talk about Major League Baseball was said until I was like 14, 15, because your body kind of start training, your body start getting better, and you believe in more chances when you're 14, 15. But before that, baseball wasn't first. It was just the religious that you have, the family, take care of your family, and the respect, respect your teachers, respect your parents, your old elders, and everything like that, right? So my dad focused on that, and the respect also coming to practice every day. Don't miss practice, and don't miss school, and don't get in trouble in school, things like that. So for us, it wasn't baseball first. That came later when you and your dad noticed, hey man, I worked so hard that I have an opportunity to become somebody in baseball, and that's what it became later. So these kids these days, they could be 9 years old, and their parents think there's the next Derek Jeter, and that's the biggest mistake that you can do to a kid. Why not being the best 9-year-old out there?
Yeah.
Why not being the best 12-year-old? Instead of saying, man, you look like Alex Rodriguez or whoever, Mike Trout, man, you look like Mike Trout. There's only one Mike Trout, buddy, and that's it. So you know what I'm saying? Like, don't put this kid's mind. Don't let this kid's mind go crazy, dude. Try to work with him as much as you can, and make him the best that he can be. And that's the most important thing.
Yeah, no, great point. And even on the other side of that, Benji, is You get some kids that are, we talked about it, just the other day, that are growing into their bodies, or they haven't reached, their full potential. They haven't, you want to keep building those kids up and building those kids up. You don't want to kind of put too much pressure on them. Let them sit back, enjoy the game, play the game, continue to learn the game, grow into your body, and boom. Maybe at the age of 12, 13, 14, they figure it out, they get their body together, and they start playing the game like they knew they could, or like we knew they could.
The best players in Major League Baseball, the ones that I had a chance to talk and sit down and play dominoes or play cards or talk, they never thought of themselves higher than anybody, right? They knew they had the skills coming up in high school or whatever, college, but they never thought of themselves being higher. That's why they always concentrated on being better on themselves. And that's why these kids these days, sometimes most of them, they think about, okay, I got to be better than that guy. I got to be better than this guy. And my dad said that guy is not better than me. And and then they get caught up in this game where they're not better than someone, when you should be
Yeah.
worried about the process of you. I seen kids in 10th grade worrying about a tryout. What the hell are you going to do in a tryout when you're in 10th grade?
Yeah.
A tryout, maybe when you're in 12th grade, maybe
Yeah.
when you're in junior college or something.
And
I
that's the
see that.
thing. I mean, and Benji, and that's the main thing that we always tell the kids at Dirt Dog with the kids that we work. We always tell them, we need to have fun playing the game. It's a game. So if we add pressure to it, the same thing we always tell the parents and other people around them. If we add pressure to it, I mean, you're pretty much losing a lot of kids because you're gonna get to a point that yeah, they're gonna listen to you, but when they turn 14, 15, that is really the age where they need the help really, if they want to play any sport, baseball, basketball,
Yeah.
whatever, you're gonna lose them because they're gonna be tired, dumb. By then they're like, I don't want to. I mean, I don't want to keep
Yeah.
doing all this yapping, and they're not enjoying themselves. I mean, I know we seeing a lot of parents at that point saying, "Wow, man, I made a mistake," but we can go back. So that's why we want to, we bring these guys to you guys, Dong, and all the coaches we got to do those stuff, and we tell you all these stories. But it sounds like stories, but it's real life. It's
Yeah.
fact. And Benji is saying it, you need to enjoy the game. And then, 14, 15 years old, well, you find out if you want to try this for sure and give it a good ride and see what happens. But Benji, you got the opportunity instead of signing out of high school, you actually, you kind of like me, you were able to go to college first. And how was that after you made it to the minor league your first year? Do you think it was great for you to go to college first, or do you think that coming out of high school is easy too to go ahead and deal with this?
No, man. You know what? I'm gonna throw this at you. And this is when I was a coach. In 14 with the Rangers, they gave me this number, and I haven't forget about it. That was in 2016 when I became a coach in 14. But in 2016, I saw these guys from the Rangers again, and they show me this number. So it's not a while ago. So they said 80% of the major leagues today have gone to either junior college or university.
Well,
80% of today's players. 10% have come out of high school, and a 5% have gone to, or 85% are in the major leagues, 85, and then 10% it's high school, and the 5% are international.
Okay.
well,
So if you have a kid in high school, like in Puerto Rico, I tell all my cousins, I said, don't even think about getting drafted, dude. Don't even think about out of high school unless you're Javi Baez, unless you're Carlos Correa or somebody like that. That obviously over the top. But if you're just normal in the pack, just go to junior college, go to a university, try to be better, because those are the guys who stay up in the big league longer because they mature. When I got to rookie ball, I saw way better players than me. Many players better than me, but they were not mature. They were not more mature than I was. And I took advantage of that. And these kids were out and they were partying and they were doing this. When you had to wake up at 4:30 in the morning, they were getting home at 1,
yeah.
at 2. and then all of a sudden they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it for many days. So things like that, help you going to college. I think, in my opinion, I think every kid should go to college at least 1 or 2 years, be more mature, and let's go and see what happens.
Yeah, and Benji more mature mentally as well as physically. At that point, you're starting to build some body mass. You're starting to put weight on, and Lord knows you go to college. That's the first thing they're going to tell you is, hey, here's your workout plan. You have to put on 10, 15, 30 pounds of weight, whether it's mostly muscle, but that's the first thing you're going to see when you get there anyway.
That's why what you guys do with the kids is important, right? That's why what you guys are doing over there is very important to these kids, because you guys have the opportunity to start them early. I'm not saying to lift weights when you're 9, of course not, but at least playing with the medicine ball or doing the ladder or doing it with the little weight bat or something like that. You can start early because you have that opportunity. So whenever they're in high school, start them up, start them up doing the little weights and start them up doing all these things. So when they get to the college level, they don't find themselves behind those kids. Because in the United States, you guys have sports. You guys have football, basketball. You got to train for football. You know that. You cannot play football without training weights. So you have all those games, all those things to do, and then baseball. So your body develop in high school. Our high school don't have no games. It has no basketball, no nothing, no football, only baseball on the city. So it's different. So our bodies, you have to train them kind of after, even when you're in 12th grade or after you go to college. So I think that's one of the opportunities you guys have.
Yeah, no, that's great, and that's great advice too, because that's we put in a gym, so we're trying to get the kids to kind of instead of wait till you get to college and get this workout plan, start looking at it in high school. And you're seeing more and more, but it's once again hearing it from you is going to go a long way. But
and Donnie, like to jump in that, like we always tell the kids at Dirt Dog Sports, we're trying to help you. We got the people that know how to do the stuff. Make sure that you follow what needs to be done, because some other people like to just get on YouTube or Google or something, or watch something on TV, and then they just think that, oh, I need to do it like that because they're doing it like that. No, Dirt Dogs, Dirt Dog have the people that are trained for that. Make sure you use it, and make sure you don't overdo it. Make sure you don't overdo it, because even Benji, we've seen players that have a lot of talent, and because they overdo certain things, they're not the same when they're 18, 19, and we never hear from them, and that's just that's what happened. Well, Benji, you made it to the big league in 1998, I think it was, with the Angels. Do you were expecting, like, I might get a call this year, or do you were like, I'm not even thinking about the big leagues yet, man. I maybe one more year, who knows?
I was in AAA doing good. I was doing good that year. So it was in the back of my head. I said, man, if somebody gets hurt, I might get the call, because I was doing good in AAA. So it was in the back of my head, but I always try to be the best guy at wherever I was. I didn't care about my higher step, right? So, but then one day, this is when Terry Collins was our manager. Terry Collins liked the veterans more than the young guys.
Okay.
That's why we never got along. But he when he sent me down to AAA, he said, "Man, we might not see you this year, and keep working hard. Maybe next year we'll see you." Right? So I'm like, "Wow, I'm in AAA, and you're gonna tell me that?" Like,
yeah, it's a vote of confidence. That's the way to motivate somebody.
I just left, and I went to AAA. So when I was in AAA, I was hitting like 305. I was gonna make the All-Star game that year or something like that, and then they sent me down to AA. And without a reason. And we had two other catchers hitting 180 and the other one was like 210, and they sent me down to AA.
Wow.
So I got so upset. I wanted to leave home, right? I wanted to go and find another team. And I told the guys, hey, listen, I don't think I'm wanted here. So please just give me the release and I'll go find another team. How the hell you gonna have a catcher hitting 180, 210, and I'm hitting 300 in AAA, and I'm the one going down?
Yeah.
And he goes, oh no, you have to go, you have to go. So I almost quit, I almost quit that team, and Robino Carvajal, who was one of my teammates, one of the best players I've seen in minor leagues, and never got a shot, and he's the one who held me down, and he said, man, go to AA and be the best AA guy for whatever time they get you, and then come back. And somehow I gather my head, and I'm gonna go to AA in Midland, Texas, and let's see what happened down there, and I tear it down, I tear it down. So that '98 was the fight of Kansas City and the Angels. I don't know if you guys remember that. It was
Oh,
a big
okay.
fight. So they suspended Phil Nevin, they suspended a few guys from the Angels. That's why I got called up for 4 days or 5 days that he was suspended. So I went over to Texas, and all 4 games in Texas were out of hand. We were getting beat up, or we were beating them for a lot of runs. And Troy Percival, I will never forget. I was in the bullpen. Of course, I'm a young guy. I'm in the bullpen, and Troy Percival called all four nights. He called down and said, "Hey, put the rookie in. Put the rookie in. This game's got a hand. Give him that bat. Give him an inning." All 4 nights, and Terry Collins never gave me a shot.
Really?
Never gave me an at bat or anything. That was my first 4 or 5 days in the big leagues, right? And then at the end, I got 15 days. At the end of the, it was kind of funny, man. After the season, my knees were shot, man. My knees were bad because I play a lot, and I had tendonitis in my patella tendon. That's what it's called.
Okay,
Is
okay.
That's what it is, right?
Yeah,
Tendon, right?
yeah.
No, you got it, my man. You got it. Yeah, you got it. You
Yeah.
got it.
So, and I'm looking, and I'm in Yuma, Arizona at this time, right? I went to college. I met my wife there. So, and I just got my 2 shots, my cortisone shots on my knees. And 2 days later, here comes a call like, go to Oakland. You need to go to Oakland. They need you over there just to catch bullpens and make sure you're there for something happened. And I'm like, what the hell, man? I just got my 2 cortisone shot, and the doctor said nothing
I
for
mean,
2 weeks.
we wanna let the
Care,
kids
dude. I
we
didn't
wanna
care.
let
I
the
was
kids know one
thinking.
thing, and Don probably already know this. Sometimes season is over in the minor league. You go home. You just go home and do
Yeah.
what you have to do. Us Puerto Ricans, of course, we get ready for the winter league,
Winter
but we
league.
just go home, relax, wait maybe a month to start working out and getting ready. But major league team could still call you. They could still give you that call and say, "Hey, what are you doing? Get on the plane. We need you back here." And that's what happened
Yeah.
to Bengie.
And
And
they
he's not
called
a
me
fun one.
with my knees shot. So I'm like, what the hell am I gonna do? So I went. I didn't say anything to anybody, and I said, you know what? The hell with this. I'm gonna just catch bullpens. So whatever. So whenever I caught bullpen for 2 weeks, and then finally at the last game, it was funny. Everybody was trying to get me in the lineup, but Terry Collins didn't want me in the lineup. Like Todd Green was saying, "Hey, I'm not playing. Put the rookie in for this game." And then he went to Phil Nevin, and Nevin said, "No, I'm not playing. Put the rookie." Then he went to Chad Kruger. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Zach Ruder, yeah.
Yeah, he went to Chad, and Chad said, "I'm not playing, Terry. Put the rookie in, man. It's the last game. We're out by so many games," and he didn't want to. And guess what? He didn't put me in.
Really?
So,
Oh, it's like the Rudy movie gone. It's like the Rudy movie gone bad.
Yeah, he went in. I went to the bullpen the whole game, and then all of a sudden in the 8th inning, the catcher didn't want to hit. And he said, "No, put the rookie. This is his only chance to get it. One at bat, one at bat, dude." And I'm in the bullpen. I don't know what's going on. I heard about this later, but they all the catchers that he was calling to get an at bat pinch hit said no. So he goes, "Okay, bring him in." So Joe Manu was at that time was there as a bench coach, And Joe Madden called me from the bullpen, so I'm running without taking my stuff out. And I'm looking for my batting glove and my bat, and I'm like, oh my God. Luckily, I faced Buddy Groom, who I faced in the winter many times. So
Body Groom,
he was
yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit better at bat, and I hit a line drive, like kind of to the left to the third baseman, but wrong guy. It was Eric Chavez there, and he dove and he threw me out at first. So that was
But
my
I'm
first at bat.
guessing,
Then I had
I'm
to run
guessing
back to
you.
the bullpen. Get my stuff to catch.
I'm guessing when you went to the on deck circle, you're going like,
Yeah, catch your
oh,
breath.
yeah, what's going on?
I'm
What
like,
the?
dude, I have a 15 pitch at bat. Let me rest.
So there you go. Yeah, hey, baseball is ups and downs. And look at Benji. The first time he gets to the big league, probably saying, "Oh, finally, I'm in the big league. I'm gonna get my shot." And he shot. I mean, it does happen. I mean, baseball is not very pretty. What we always tell the girls and the kids, no matter where you play softball or baseball. When you get to the high level, it's not always very pretty. The behind the scene could be very tough,
Oh
and that's
yeah.
why Benji
Yeah.
was. We were talking always you're mentally prepared. You need to be
Yeah,
mentally prepared because things
that's the
happen.
message. Yeah, that's the message. Always be ready. Always be ready to take advantage of the opportunity that's put in front of you. So kudos.
Benji, this is in 2002. You in the World Series, man. How that felt?
That felt good. The only thing I was worried that ball bounced against the wall instead of being a run rule double, and the run doesn't score.
Yeah.
So I hit it. I said either go out or hit the wall, but don't bounce
Don't.
over.
You can see
That's the whole thing I was thinking.
Dusty Baker is going like, what? Benji, a double
Yeah,
can be.
I thank God because I was a really good clutch hitter, my whole career, So I knew what Livan could offer you, and I was sitting on slider the whole at bat. I said he's gonna throw it to me at some point. Let me wait for it, and if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I'll battle the fastball. A lot of guys these days. That's another thing, and they ask me, and I said I always sit on two pitches. I always sit two pitches. I never set on one pitch. I never set one fastball and react to the curveball because that actually put two pitches on your head anyways. So what I did was I worked my sliders and off-beat pitches in the cage, and I put my head on the other pitch. I put my head. If I had a machine throwing me curveballs, I thought it was a fastball coming in my head. And then the opposite way. When I had the fastball on the machine, I always thought slider in my head, knowing the fastball was coming out. So I always thought about that. I always said, if you get a slider, put your mind into the other way, going to up the middle the other way on the line drive. And if you see a fastball, just hit it hard somewhere. So, and I became that early on in my minor league career when I talked to Edgar Martinez, and he told me that, he said, man, you got to work on situations. You got to work on fastballs. You got to work fastballs on thinking slider. You got to work on fastballs thinking changeup because those are the situations that happens in the game.
Yeah.
It's not easy. So it's the same for a pitcher.
I mean,
bullpen,
and like
counts and 2-1 counts and things like that.
Like we always try to teach the kids at Dirt Dog the idea of you have to game situation. I mean, you have to be ready for game situation. And we were talking about it because we always do it in BP. You could take regular BP and then we like to have like a game. I'm gonna pitch to you. I'm not gonna tell you what's going on. In that way, they set their mind going in game situation. And the more you do it, the better it is. So that's I mean. Benji went there looking for a slider, but he had a plan before he went there, and then he had a plan while he was hitting down. So
no, that's the key. Trying to get the kids, and it happens. It gets to a certain age where we keep telling them, go in there with a plan. Have a plan when you get in there. Pay attention to the pitcher when he's warming up and stuff. And it's a certain age. They seem to get in there, and then that plan kind of clicks. At what point did it click for you, Benji?
Whenever they watch the game, it becomes easier to hit. I always told my guys, I always told the guys, they always ask me, what are you doing on this? How you hit that so good? Did you know it was coming? I said, I kind of knew it was coming because I've been watching this guy throwing. It's a very simple example. If you have Aaron Seeley throwing a curveball, he haven't thrown it for strike, and then you're the seventh batter, and he throws you a curveball in the dirt, you're gonna swing at it. You have six batters in front of you to watch the game, to know that he haven't thrown a curveball for strike yet, or things like that, right? I mean,
yeah. I mean, those are, and that happens. That happens. I mean, you could see that even a 10-year-old, 11-year-old, a kid can throw a strike. He's trying. Sometimes you could see it from the bullpen. He's trying, and he's probably telling his coach, I don't know, I can't. And the game starts, and the first pitch is high, and you swing at it. That's when Don, Alex, and I will be like, "Hey, are you watching what he's doing? Because he's not even throwing a strike when he's warming up, but you could tell when the kid is not really paying attention, and that's when you try to help them out. But of course, it takes years. It takes years to get it going, and that's why we practice every day, guys, and we work on little things. Sometimes it looks boring, but
easy, man.
Yeah.
When you watch the game, it becomes a lot easier. It's not easy. It's not easier, but it becomes a lot easier for the batter, right?
Yeah.
For the batter, it becomes a lot easier to watch the game, to see what the tendencies are on these kids. Obviously, the older kids, not the young. The young ones, you see something down in the middle, just whack it. Stay back good.
Yeah, the first fastball you see. There you go, Benji. First fastball you see, you whack it.
Yep. That's the whole. How do you? That's the whole thing. How do you hit a curveball? How do you hit a curveball? You don't miss the fastball.
Don't miss the fastball. There you go.
Those are saying, I was good. I was good with off-beat pitches, but I work on them hard. I really did. I really did work on off-beat pitches. They're not really easy to do at all. They're not easy. Like I said, you got to play with your mind, with your mindset when you're doing these things and become better. But you have to put in the work if you want to be a good off-beat pitcher. I had the opportunity to play with two of the best guys and managers in my career, Mike Scioscia and Bruce Bochy. And one of the things that stuck in my head was when they told me that I was their best professional hitter. I was their best professional hitter that they ever saw. Bruce Bochy, who saw Barry Bonds, who saw all these guys, Caminiti, who saw guys like Ricky Henderson.
So Tony Gwynn. And
both said that I was one of the most professional guys out there. And it just because I took the BP seriously. I took BP I took my first round good to warm up, and that's okay. But after that, I was men on second, no outs. Men on second, 2 outs. Men on first base with the hole open, or hit and runs, or guy at third. I mean, I always did something. Everybody's hitting home runs in BP, and I didn't care. I mean, that's their deal. But man, I was always working on some situation.
Oh, I love that home run because it's against the Yankees. As long as it's against the Yankees, I'm happy, my man. That was
they walked the guy in front of me. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Even better.
And who was that?
AJ Burnett. You got him. I mean, do your brother Molina Cheo was playing with the Yankees that time?
No. Jose wasn't there. Jose was
he was the year before, the 2009. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Benji, quick question in regards to the hitting the off speed and getting the change ups, the curveballs. Did you initially start at a younger age and kind of focused on hitting it to the opposite field, trying to not do a lot with those type of pitches, or was it more of it kind of hitting it where it's pitched type of philosophy?
My dad always said, hit it hard somewhere, right? Hit it hard and let the ball dictate where you're gonna hit it. As soon as you put the mindset on a kid that you have to push it the other way, you're taking away a lot of the plate. You let the ball dictate. As you do that, it's a soft toss, or maybe in BP, he has to recognize the pitch earlier, so he knows that ball's going away, so he has to let it travel. So a ball inside, you have to get the head out. The ball in the middle, you crush it wherever it goes out. I mean, that started early. You have to hit the ball hard and let the ball dictate where you're going to hit
pitched.
it's not putting your elbow in to hit it to right field. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's not about that, or pulling your hip away so you can hit the inside pitch. It's staying on line to hit that way or this way, but staying your body on line. That's what my dad always said. Hit the ball where, I mean, he never even said where's pitch. He just said hit it
Just hit
hard
it hard.
somewhere. Just hit it hard, because your mind and your work and your BP is going to dictate where you're going to hit it, how good you're going to hit it, how good you're going to swing at a pitch in the dirt or not, or chase the ball up. But that's your skills. That's not your, you work on that so that doesn't happen. So hit the ball hard somewhere was one of the things that my dad taught me. And then Edgar Martinez came to me and said, from shortstop in the hole to the second baseman in the hole at first. That's the big part of the field. That's
There
the
you go.
big part of the field.
There you
So
go. I mean,
whenever you put a kid in your head, hit the other way. The other way is not down the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other way is from that hole to the other hole. That's the other way. Staying on the big part of the field. That allows the kid to stay back on off pitches, right? That's what I learned through the years. But if you can teach it now, hit the ball on the big part of the field, hit it hard somewhere, and forget about a slider, curveball, changeup. That's gonna be worked on in the cage.
Yeah.
When you're hitting, if you're skilled enough, you're gonna stay back on a curveball. You're gonna stay back on a slider. You're gonna recognize it. If not, you gotta work harder at it. But it's not pushing the ball somewhere. It's hitting it hard wherever it goes.
And that's when it comes with the new baseball. We're playing a new baseball, and it's hard. You have to keep working hard with the kids because they just want to hit home runs. And if you want to hit home runs, then you're gonna make big holes on your swing. So it's gonna be very hard for you to
They're
try
gonna
to at
become
least enjoy
really
the game.
bad batters.
Yeah, there you go. Because I
Really
mean,
bad batters, and we have them in the big leagues too.
Yeah.
because I mean, if you see a pitch outside and you're only thinking home run, I mean, trust me. I mean, either you miss it or you're gonna hit a fly ball to second base. By the time you look up, you're already 0 for 4, 0 for 6 done. We go to those tournaments. They're 1 for 8. They're going crazy. Then they start to change their swing to try to make contact, and then the whole thing falls apart. But that tip that Benji is giving you, kids and girls. This is what you need to remember. Hit the ball hard, like we tell you. Hit the ball hard, no matter where it goes. Just hit it hard. This one here, Benji, it was here in Fenway Park. I mean, and you did something that if we would have go to Las Vegas, I would have lost my money.
And I got a trivia question for
Oh, no, you got one?
I got a trivia for you.
Go ahead.
I got one more cycle than one of the most amazing players that ever lived in the MLBs. I got one more cycle than one guy.
Don't be afraid to help me.
Yeah.
I mean, we're watching Benji hitting for the cycle, guys. This is when he hit for the cycle here at Fenway Park, and the triple was the one that everybody was saying, is the triple gonna happen? Well, you see why it's gonna happen for sure. He didn't hit it easy. He hit it hard somewhere. There you go. You hit this one hard somewhere and let it happen.
Into that dreaded triangle.
That's the only way I could ever get a triple, buddy.
There you go, Benji. Go, Benji. I like the way you finish. I like the way you do it now. I mean, it's like, oh, okay, I'm here. I could only imagine what they were yelling at you from the bench.
Players, man.
What the guys were yelling from the bench, like all those guys, they had to be yelling, man.
They were yelling, and you know what? That's the most beautiful thing in the world, watching your teammates smiling with you and enjoying the game with you. And I spent maybe 3 or 4 months, maybe 3 months with the Rangers, and it was one of the most amazing families I've been with. The other times, the other teams, it was more strict, more serious. These guys, they play the game and they love to laugh and they love to joke around. And I mean, they made it fun for you. and for me, they were amazing. So when I saw him in the dugout laughing, it was amazing. You know what? I treasure that moment because as you know, baseball could be cruel, and I had many fans saying so many cruel things to me. I had to stay focused on it, because they were yelling some crazy stuff at me and stuff. But there's nothing take away that, man. That was a special. You know how many guys have 5 tools, and they never did a cycle. They never,
Yeah.
and they didn't even win one World Series champs or anything, and they were super players, and they never did it. So I was very fortunate to do it, and the trivia was Willie Mays.
Yes,
Oh, wow.
Willie Mays. I would never say Willie
No, I was
Mays.
gonna throw
I
like
would never.
Yeah,
I was
Willie
ready to
Mays
say
never
Lou
had a
Gehrig.
cycle.
Oh my
Never
God!
had a cycle.
wow.
You
Willie
see
Mays
that?
had Willie had seven tools. Never had a
Wow!
cycle,
Yeah,
bro.
he was amazing. Look at you! Oh, this is your number 6 tool. Hey, this is of course Benji stealing it back. Something that we never think about it because I mean, we never thought Benji would do it. You stole 3 bases in your career, Benji,
He was
and this one, of course, it was smart. I mean, this was great.
you were off and running.
There you go against David Price. So a lot of Boston fans will remember Mr. David
Yeah.
Price. We remember him very well. But Benji, I mean, now that we're talking about this stolen base, there was one time that you got to steal it back off your brother Jose Cheo Molina, but I think then Cheo paid you back. How was that?
No. He did it first. He did it
Oh,
first. He did it first.
So you had to pay back.
And then when I got to the plate, I said, "You freaking asswipe! If I get to the plate, I'm gonna go. You know that, right? And nobody's gonna even pay attention to you because nobody thinks I'm going. Nobody's gonna give me a sign. So I'm gonna go, and you know it because how do you have to steal it back from me?" And he was supposed to be out because the ball obviously nobody covered, but the ball passed the bag way before him, so it would have been an out. But anyways, I told him, I said, "Hey, listen, I'm gonna steal it back if I get on." And sure enough, I got on, and I had the perfect guy on the mound, Escobar. I don't know if you remember
Kelvin Escobar.
Yeah, and he was a high leg kick. So I was like, hell with this. I'm going. So I told the first base coach, I said, I'm going. And he goes, no, you stay here. I said, no.
Yeah, because I mean, when Benji gets on base, he was kind of like when Arnold got on base. I mean, we don't know what a yellow light is. We don't know what a green light is. It's all red, and the
It's
whole
red all the
stadium
time.
knows it. It's all red. So when you
Yeah,
say I'm
it's
gonna steal it,
always red.
That was a nice walking lead you had too.
I don't. I mean, and this is amazing. You play with Cheo Molina, of course, with your brother Jose. You play with him in the Angel. You won the World Series with him being there with you, and I mean, that's an amazing accomplishment just by that. But one guy named Randy Johnson, who's in the Hall of Fame,
Yeah.
probably dream of you guys together because you guys went back to back at Yankee Stadium against him, back to back home runs, the Molina against Randy Johnson. And wow, how did that moment rank in your career? Because I mean, I know your resume is pretty big. You got Gold Glove, you got World Series, and all that stuff, man. But where did that moment rank? I mean, home run with your brother back to back against one of the best in history.
Um, it probably ranks right there in the top three, man, because the first one with my brothers, it's obviously me and Hosey winning the World Series together in '02. That was
Nice.
a really special moment for us as a family, but also hitting. We obviously we're not known for home runs, and I don't know if you guys know, but Hosey was the last guy to hit a homer in
Yeah.
Yankee Stadium,
Oh, well.
in the old Yankee Stadium. So I think it's pretty special. But we're not known for homers. So when I hit mine, and all of a sudden he hit his, I was like, holy crap! It's like Ken Griffey hitting a home run with the dad. You know, obviously Molina or Ken Griffey, right?
Yeah, no, no. And you look. I mean, he
So
looked up to
it
you
was
as a
pretty
father
special.
too.
Yeah, it was
Figures, you
pretty
know.
special.
So, I mean, that was yeah. You could feel like that, Ken Griffey and Griffey Jr. I mean, that's pretty nice. Benji. I
Hey,
mean,
let me tell you a
go
funny
ahead.
story about the World Series. Quick, in the eighth inning, Hosey came in to me and said, "Hey, Benji, come on, let's go, let's win this game. You know, we got this World Series, and let's go." And I said, "Hosey, I'm gonna tell you this: when we get the third out, please don't be the first guy to come hug me because we're gonna be on TV crying like two little babies. You know, so just go around." Just go around, hit the rounds, and then you come to me, okay? And he goes, yeah. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. Forget about that. Let's go get it. Okay. So whenever the fly ball came up, and Erstad put it in his glove, and I started running to Percival, the first freaking guy I see coming to me is my brother. I'm like, no, man, I told you no. Dude, are you serious? And then we started crying, and of course the camera got us, and we were done. So, man, that was funny.
That was
That's
nice. That
terrific.
was nice. That was nice. So Benji, can you tell us, some drills that the kids could do while they're, working through this pandemic right now, and the only thing they could do is around their house, probably in the couch somewhere, anything they could do around their house that you got for them.
It's there's a lot of them, of course, but we can sit here and talk about a lot of them. But one of my favorite ones is throwing the ball in the air, leaving your hand open instead of going like this to the ball and transfer it. It's always good to work on just moving it to your fingers, right? So that's one that you can do, throwing the ball up in the air. Another one for the blocking, you can throw a tennis ball or something soft against the wall and then have it up like this. And when you throw it, you put your body down like you're blocking, and then you repeating that because that's your movement to go block
So
the
that
ball.
that one that one they're
There's so many.
in that one they're standing up and they throw the ball to the wall and then they're ready to go down.
No, no, they're on their knees.
Okay.
They're on
Okay.
their knees like this on the ground.
Okay.
Like you know how you
Yeah.
put your knees down
Yeah. Yeah.
and put your body up, and then as they throw the ball, their body's going. The knees
Okay.
are sitting down too as a blocking
Okay.
position.
Okay.
I mean that I did that so many times because I was never a catcher, so I needed to work on so many things.
Well, Benji, I mean, we're almost at the end of the interview, and we can let you go until you let everybody know what you've been doing for the last few years. We do know you're still in the big leagues, you're still dealing with major league games, but in a different area around. Instead of coaching, you're doing something else. What Benji Molina doing right now?
Just doing the Spanish radio for St. Louis Cardinals in the MLB, in the Major League. So they never had. It's kind of hard to believe that they got so many good players, team players, but I've been doing that for the past few years. I mean, it's been great. We started with only 2 games. Now we have like 67 games, 74 games last year. I mean, that was amazing. This year we were going to do only 81 home games. We were going to do all of them. So me, Polo Asensio, that's my brother right there, Polo Asensio. That you guys watch. We do. We call the Bungie brothers. Anyways, it's been great. The Cardinals have accepted us so great. They've been so cool to us. The fans have been great. We're trying to take care of people. We're doing great. This was going to be our 5th year in the league, and we're going to do the 81 games at home. So hopefully the next year we keep going with this special project, especially when doing your brother's game. It makes it double special. It's a come to right now.
Yeah, I remember. I
Right.
remember. We got to hear you in Spanish when Yadier Molina once hit a home runs, and you. I mean, we saw how Wally got in there, and we saw the brother in you coming out instead of just the guy broadcasting or commentating the game. I mean, your brother didn't come out, so I mean, it's special that you could still follow one of your brother, the one that is active in the big leagues, that's pretty special. I'm pretty sure it's special for you, your entire family, especially your mom. I mean, Gladys, she has to be enjoying this now.
Yeah, she's really cool. She goes to she stays with Yadi during the season. She stays there. She goes to most of the games. It's not hard to keep her sane because she starts yelling at the umpire and she starts yelling at the coach for not doing a play. And we had her one day at the in the booth and she for 3 innings and I had to keep telling her, "Hey, mom, you got to behave. We're in the show. We're in the radio. You have to behave." But that her, she's a really feisty one, and anybody does something to Yadi or the team does not do anything good, it's she gets really upset. But you got to control her. I mean, this project it's so cool. The M4 by Yadi, and that those are the big promoters for us. It's a really cool thing doing this. I think the Cardinals hit the button right on that one because it's a really cool thing that you've been doing your brother's games when he's about to retire. I think it's a lot of things are special. It's really hard, Arnold and Don. It's really hard when he gets hit by a pitch or he gets into a fight or argument and you wants to drop down, you want to go down and help him out. So it's really hard. Sometimes I say bad words on the air that I don't mean to, being upset and try to keep it. So but it's cool though. It's cool doing your brother game. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's great way to stick around the game too. That's awesome.
And then we got Danny
Yeah,
Soto.
no, it's awesome.
Danny Soto from DT Sports. He made this artwork for you, and Alex will be sending it to you. So I mean, for like kind of like a special, thank you for being here with us, and definitely for us, it's a treat to have you
That's pretty
here.
cool.
I mean, not just because you're from Puerto Rico and we know you all your life, but just because the career you had in the big league was amazing. Your brothers, you guys have that name, the Molina name. It's I mean it's stamped everywhere. It's stamped in World Series. It's stamped in every record that you could think about. There's always a Molina. There was always a time. I used to always have fun with Yadi because he one day he goes, hey, you know what? Like 9 years in a row, I think we always saw Molina in the playoffs in the big leagues. I mean, and it was true. When you get to look, I was like, wow, it is true. There was always a Molina
Yeah.
somewhere, and I mean, and it's so Don. It's so tough that in 2013, I almost cried because I was happy the Red Sox won, but I mean, I got to see Jair lose it. That was not good. I think you were there as a coach too, and I'm like,
Yeah,
come on,
yeah,
man,
I was there as a
Molina.
coach.
But I remember my dad goes, yeah, but don't worry, they got a few other rings. Don't worry about it. It'll be all right.